Wealth generation, value addition, and money circulation. The Biological Foundations of Economy, PQNK Framework. Abstract. Modern economic systems have inverted the natural order by placing money, markets, and value addition ahead of production and ecology. This inversion has produced apparent growth alongside ecological degradation, nutritional decline, and systemic fragility. This master document establishes a clear and non-negotiable distinction between wealth generation, value addition, and money circulation, using the PQNK framework, Paedar Qudratti Nizam Kashatqari, picnic. It demonstrates that nutrition produced through living, biologically intact soil systems is the only form of primary wealth capable of sustaining civilization across generations. All other forms of wealth, financial, industrial, technological, are derivative and dependent. PQNK is presented not as an ideology or farming method, but as a restoration of sequence, ecology before economy, biology before abstraction, generation before circulation. Regeneration is defined as a corrective phase, sustainability as the stable state that follows. This document is intended to remove ambiguity for policymakers, institutions, academia, and practitioners by grounding economic logic in biological reality. The foundational error in modern economics. Contemporary economic thinking treats wealth, value, and money as interchangeable. This error has led to expansion of money without expansion of real assets, ecological depletion presented as economic growth, food abundance coexisting with nutritional poverty, wealth concentration alongside social instability. This confusion arises from ignoring the biological foundations upon which all economies rest. PQNK begins by separating what generates wealth, what modifies wealth, what merely circulates wealth. Failure to maintain this distinction guarantees systemic collapse. PQNK thrives on mineral abundance, thanks to microbes. Wealth generation, a biological act. What is wealth? Under PQNK, wealth is defined by function, not by price or exchange value. For something to qualify as primary wealth, it must sustain life directly, be biologically tangible, regenerate its own productive base, increase future capacity rather than deplete it. Only nutrition produced through living soil systems satisfies all four conditions. Plants uniquely convert sunlight, atmospheric gases, water, minerals into food, fiber, biomass, and energy. This is generation, not creation. Nutrition is civilizational wealth. Nutrition is stored solar energy embedded in biological complexity, minerals, enzymes, microbes, diversity, and density. Without nutrition, no human survives, no workforce functions, no market operates. All civilizations ultimately rise or fall with their food systems. Nutrition is therefore not one sector of the economy, it is the precondition for every sector. Creation versus generation, a non-negotiable distinction. Creation, symbolic expansion without substance. Creation refers to administrative or symbolic expansion, bringing something into existence without biological grounding. Examples include currency printing, digital money creation, credit expansion. Such creation relies on belief systems, operates independently of ecology, inflates numbers without increasing nourishment. This mirrors food systems produced by ancient conventional industrial, ACI, agriculture, high yields, low nutrition, total input dependency, and progressive soil degradation. Both are illusory abundance. Generation, emergence through natural law. Generation is governed by biology and physics. It is slow but compounding, self-reinforcing when conditions are correct, impossible to outsource or accelerate artificially. Under PQNK, wealth is generated by restoring the conditions under which soil biology thrives. Generation cannot be printed. It must be grown. Technology cannot substitute biology. Natural ecosystems have evolved over more than 400 million years and already operate at maximum systemic efficiency. They do not deplete resources, do not waste, do not pollute, do not require monitoring, do not require inputs. They function as closed-loop systems that produce continuous abundance without human intervention. Natural food production operates as a two-pass operation. Go planting, go harvesting. All regulation, nutrient cycling, pest balance, moisture control, is handled internally. Technology can support logistics and coordination. It cannot replace the self-organizing intelligence of living soil. Systems that require constant monitoring and correction are structurally inferior to systems that self-regulate. Policy implication: technology must serve biology, not attempt to replace it. Why scale fails when it centralizes? Industrial agriculture is often presented as peak productivity. This claim ignores history. Production agriculture was already degraded by ancient conventional practices. Repeated tillage, inundation of soil with water, keeping soil bare. These practices destroyed soil structure, killed aerobic life, and oxidized organic matter. Industrial inputs emerged as a compensatory response to degraded soils, not as an improvement over pristine systems. Critically, industrial systems have never been compared against intact natural food production systems, which maintain permanent cover, preserve soil aeration, produce biomass at massive scale, operate without degradation. Natural vegetation already exceeds industrial agriculture in scale and durability. PQNK does not limit scale. It removes artificial constraints created by degradation. Policy implication: centralized scale reflects degraded systems, not biological limits. Regeneration is a process, sustainability is a state. Regeneration is a corrective, time-bound phase. Sustainability is the stable condition that follows. A system requiring permanent correction is not sustainable by definition. PQNK explicitly separates these stages to prevent perpetual dependency on inputs, subsidies, or expert management. Transition is biological correction, not engineering. Soil biology responds rapidly when physical conditions are restored. Key requirements: moderate soil temperature, adequate moisture without saturation, continuous organic cover, well-aerated root zones. Raised beds with organic covers create these conditions naturally. By contrast, flood irrigation, and even sprinkler or drip systems when misapplied, fill soil pores with water, drown aerobic microbes, and halt regeneration. When air-water balance is restored, soil life multiplies rapidly, similar to fermentation processes. Biology does not need management, it needs conditions. Value addition, a secondary activity. Value addition modifies wealth, it does not create it. Processing, cooking, packaging, and transport are legitimate only when they follow real biological generation, preserve nutrition, do not externalize ecological costs. When value addition precedes generation, it becomes extraction. Money circulation, a tool, not wealth. Money facilitates exchange. It does not generate food, regenerate soil, or sustain life. If money disappeared but food systems remained, humanity would survive. If food systems collapsed, no amount of money or gold could preserve life. Money regains legitimacy only when it circulates biologically generated wealth. Measurement without illusion. During the regenerative phase, vigilance is required. To prevent yield loss, up to 4 kg NP may be applied through furrow irrigation, or a 2% NP foliar spray may be used temporarily, even if minor yield reductions occur in early crops. Nutrition density increases. Produces poison-free. Market prices improve. Production costs drop sharply. Net farmer profit increases even during transition. Current metrics, GDP, yield alone, income, fail to capture system health. Measurement must prioritize biological integrity, nutrient density, and input independence over time. Grassroots production as structural foundation. Poverty is not solved through redistribution alone. It is solved at the production level. Small and marginal producers operate with immediate feedback and cannot externalize failure. They form the biological foundation of society. Conclusion. Creation without generation is illusion. Generation without depletion is wealth. PQNK does not oppose markets, money, or trade. It restores sequence, life first, economy second. This is not ideology. It is ecology. And ecology does not negotiate. Proper application of PQNK is essential for abundance, stability, and nutrient density. PQNK, pronounced picnic, the regenerative and sustainable pristine organic farming system, is grounded in natural ecosystem science. This science employs perennial biodiversity, protects soil with organic mulch, and avoids practices such as water inundation, tillage disturbance, and leaving soil bare. It is the process that matters most. PQNK is a pristine production system designed not merely for yield, but for optimal, balanced output, where quality, sustainability, and ecological harmony emerge from a self-regulated, zero external input methodology.